I started a new Dimensions kit that I cannot wait to show you, but first we're going to talk about beach grass. I'm Michelle, this is my romantic tangle, and for my last I don't know how many Flosstube updates, we have talked about beach babies. I love it. Since the last update, I finished her hat, I did all the back stitching of this. I have this corner left to stitch and the rest of the beach grass to backstitch. The end is really, really near. I had told myself that on days where I have a lot of stitching time, I'd spend an hour on this and then I could work on whatever I wanted to. And I was thinking, I finished Morning Lake, I'm almost done with Beach Babies. Why not start something new? The first project I picked up was a beach scene, and I decided, no, that's probably not. As much as I love that kit, and as much as I'm going to stitch that kit, probably not right now. So I pulled out this Dimensions Gold Collection Petite. I've looked at this one a couple of times over recent months and talked myself out of it a couple of times over recent months, and last week sounded like the time to start it. There are no words for how much I am loving this project. It is almost entirely half stitches. The black, the white, and one or two other colors are full cross stitches. The rest of it is back stitching, so it goes fast. I usually start in a corner. Sometimes I start in the middle if it's something like the Reolist Breakfast and Lunch where the edges are so not straight. On this one, I started on the corner of the butterfly because I figured I would stitch the butterfly and use it as a landmark. That is working out really well because if you look at all of these wonderful papers in the behind the butterfly, they're all the same shades of gray, but they have dark edging around the individual papers. So you can see this one here, I've got all the edging. I've got a line up here that goes around kind of the top of the finished piece. And I'm just going to do, I think, a document at a time maybe. We'll see what happens. I started stitching this and I have not been able to put it down because it is so much fun. I've got a new shawl. This one is Black Pepper Swirl. It's another of those Premier Sweet Rolls. I have 2.5 in this color, so it'll be a decent sized shawl, and it's just going along. There was a series of horror movies I wanted to watch, and I can get like a stripe or two a movie, which is fun. And I got to go to my mom's and use her long arm and work on quilts. It is the first time I have done free motion quilting in I'm not sure how many years. I don't want to admit how many years. I was never very good at her long arm because I preferred to do as much as I could on my regular home sewing machine. You can do up to a queen size quilt on a home sewing machine. I've done it once. I don't know that I recommend it, but you can if you want to. So little quilts like this, I always would have quilted at home. But my machine got old and cranky, and I had an afternoon I could go to mom's and work on hers. This is the quilt that I did at our quilters group a couple of months ago on a day I didn't think I was going to do anything. It's cute. These houses just about did me in because I can see the stitching on these blocks. I cannot see the stitching on the houses, and I was basically running my fingers over it to feel where I had stitched. And then this little rail fence quilt is one of the tops that I did when we were at the coast back in October. I found a jelly roll at the thrift store for $1.99. I found this backing fabric at the quilting group. Don't these look like they were made to go to each other? So I need to get these bound and labels on them, and they will get donated. I'm going to go back to Travel Memories, and I am not at this exact moment in time pressuring myself to work on the beach grass. I'll pick this up when I need my fingers to be busy because I don't know what it is about these garter stitch shawls. The bug has bit. When I brought home and did that haul video of the yarn cakes that weren't mine, I figured I had enough to make 14 shawls. This is number 7 of 14. And number 8 is done, except I need to add a border to make it wider. So I am, unless I lose my mojo when I get to the last few, which are going to be solid colors and not pretty self-striping cakes, I think I'm going to work my way through that whole bag of yarn, which honestly surprises me. And I'm kind of playing with ideas of what cross-stitch project I'm going to let myself start next. I was going to tell you which one, but I can't. The grasshopper and the ants, and I cannot for the life of me remember the designer's name. It was in a book of fairy tale cross-stitch I did a video of about 3 years ago. I'll find the link and put it in the description. And that will jar your memory, maybe. Thanks for watching. I'm Michelle. This is my romantic tangle, and I'm going to go stitch some more.